This is tutorial 7-3 in GIS tutorial workbook 2. In this exercise, we're going to be calculating standard distance. Now, standard distance is going to take the average of each point from the mean center. And we're going to use that in this case to find out how far the firefighters are going on average. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find standard distance with no weights. And then we're going to do it again using weights on call importance. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our ARC toolbox, and we're going to go to Spatial Statistics Tools, Measuring Geographic Distribution, and you're going to choose Standard Distance. Now up here, we're going to choose Calls for Service. We're going to give it a name and location to save it to. I'm just going to call it Distance. Now, we're just going to choose one standard deviation. You can choose up to 3 if you want. And then we're going to use station as our class field, because if we didn't choose a class field, it would just do 1. So we're going to click OK. Now we're going to, rather than 1 circle, we're going to get 5 circles. Okay, and they want us to change the color and transparency. They want it to be fire red. And a transparency of 60%. Now, as you can see, station 8 and 5, they are not traveling that far. But station 14 and 1 are traveling much further. And station 2 is about in the middle. But that kind of makes sense. These two are smaller little districts. 14 is fairly large, so they will travel more because they have more distance to cover. Now we're going to try again with the way and see how it changes how far they're actually going for important calls. So we're going to go back and use the same tool. And everything stays the same. I'm going to just call this one distance, W. But we're going to use a weight of FEE. If you remember from the last exercise, that's the importance of the call field. And our case field is going to be station. Now right off the bat, you can see that the distance traveled for District 14 has shrunk a little bit. And District 1 has even shrunk more. 5 has even trimmed a little bit more. 8 and 2 look relatively the same. It's hard to tell. But we're just going to change the color to a yellow and make it transparent because that's what the book wants us to do. Okay, so we're going to just turn off the old one. It's kind of difficult to see. So we're going to right click on this, go to select all, and you can kind of see where those are. Now I'm going to turn on the other one and put it over that one, and hopefully we'll be able to see the difference a little bit better. Okay. Now going by this one, 2 is actually increasing in distance. 8 seems to be staying exactly the same. 5 is shrinking a little bit. 14 is shrinking a little bit. and 1 is shrinking a little bit. So you can see that by doing this and using the weights, having the more important calls will change things. Sometimes not much, other times they can change it quite a bit. And that's it for this tutorial.